All right, we're live here from Hector, Arkansas. Should be an interesting game between the Wildcats and the Eagles. Both teams vying for uh, playoff positioning in the 2A1 conference right now. Both teams, I believe, have already secured a playoff spot this season. Lining up a quarterback for the Wildcats, it's Drew Newport. He's a junior. He's had a fantastic season so far. Last week, the Wildcats put up 64 points in a victory over the Johnson County Westside Rebels, and he was a big part of that. Going to be Newport handing it off to Landon Darter. And Darter, he's going to get about 4 yards on the carry. Preston Elliott makes the stop. And so now the Wildcats offense will air it out here, and he's going to look for Lucas Baker, and that pass is intercepted by Brady Johnson. Johnson looking to make a play, and he's just going to slide down near midfield. Eagles take over on offense, 1st and 10 at around the 45-yard line, and out comes Jaron Thomas and company. Thomas last week threw 3 touchdown passes, 147 yards on 9 completions, 13 attempts. He's one of the best quarterbacks in the class, and he's looking to prove that once again tonight. Bryce Keithley will motion. He's the Eagles' leading receiver. And now it's going to be a reverse to Lovelace. Lovelace has some space, and he's going to get a gain of about a yard out to the 45-yard line. And so now the Wildcats looking to make a stand here on defense against this talented Eagles offense. Last week, Hector gave up 32 points to Johnson County Westside. Their season high is they gave up 62 points to Mount Ida right here in Hector. It's going to be a handoff. No, it's going to be it's going to be a handoff to Lovelace. It's hard to tell sometimes if Thomas is going to keep it there, but it is going to be Lovelace. Gain of about 4 yards brings up 3rd and 5. Aaron Lovelace is primed for an all-conference or an all-state season. He's had a great year so far. He's the Eagles' leading rusher. Pretty solid force on defense as well at middle linebacker. Could be a motion by Meeks here. Last week, Meeks had some amazing touchdown catches as well. Thomas takes the snap. It's going to be a quick throw to Meeks. Meeks trying to make a man miss in open field. And they're going to mark it right at the marker. We'll see what they decide to do here. They're going to move the chains, 1st and 10, Conway Christian. Good atmosphere here at Hector. It's their senior night, their last home game of the regular season. It's going to be Thomas. It's going to hand it off to McKinney. And McKinney has some space. McKinney on the outside. McKinney, he's going to rumble into the red zone. 1st down and 10, Conway Christian, Caleb McKinney on the carry. The junior, McKinney, he's had a good season so far in some limited action. Had a lot of carries against Mountainburg in that victory, 44-0. And tonight he's gotten off to a hot start. Hector has struggled to stop the run a little bit this season. Against Mount Ida, Ben Woodfield had over 400 yards rushing. Of course, we know all about Ben Woodfield, having seen him ourselves. He had 250 yards rushing against us. So he's a talented player. We'll see how Hector holds up against the run tonight. Maybe a handoff to Lovelace. And he is stacked up in the backfield. That's going to be number 60 for the Hector Wildcats. Zeke Julian, the senior. And so now Conway Christian's offense looking to make something happen here on 2nd down and 12. Going to take the snap. It's going to be a handoff. Lovelace. And he's makes one man miss, but not much. It's going to be a holding penalty here, I believe, against Conway Christian. That's going to back him up. And holding is the call. Going to bring up Second down and very long here for Conway Christian. Thomas takes the snap. Gonna look to throw over the top. He's wide open, and it's caught. That was Kyle Kane. There's a first and goal situation now for Conway Christian. He was wide open. They're gonna mark it at the 2. Screaming Eagle Band is here to support the Eagle football team. We'll get the camera adjusted here and see what Jaron and company can do right here on first and goal. It's going to be a handoff to Aaron, and Aaron Lovelace. Touchdown. Eagles strike first, 6-0 on the board. Let me change the quarter here from 4th to 1st. And so now the extra point coming from Loper. And it's good. So 7-0 Conway Christian to start here. Here at Hector. Right in the heart of Arkansas. Like I said, good energy, good atmosphere here on Hector's senior night. Eagles looking to make a stand here and maybe set up a perfect situation for a conference title game next week against Bigelow. So Colton will kick it off here. His first kickoff of the game. And the Eagles, it's going to be a short squib kick. And it's going to be Kenton Story who fields it at about the 30-yard line. Going to bring up 1st and 10 Wildcats. Decent field position here. And Drew Newport will set up 1st and 10 here for the Wildcats. Going to be Darter in the backfield. Going to be a motion by Story. And it is a handoff to Landon Darter, the senior. And he has a few yards here. Gain of about 6 or 7 yards. Hector Faithful happy about that carry. Brings up 2nd down Wildcats. And so Newport in the backfield again with Hayden Millsap, the junior, and Darter, the senior. It'll be a handoff to the big back Darter. And he's dragged down by Caleb McKinney and Lucas Corbin. Carter Culpepper and Bo Campbell in there as well. So it's going to bring up 3rd down and about 2 here for the Wildcats. Wing formation. And it's going to be a false start on Hector. So that formation they're lining up in there, it's like it's almost like a, it's not necessarily a flex bone but they do have that wing out there that can make things interesting. They like to throw it out to him in the flat pretty often. Obviously, this is a spread team. They like to throw the ball around. That's been their mantra the last couple of years with Jackson Taylor at quarterback, and now Newport takes things over. He's going to take the snap here, and he's under pressure, and he is swarmed. Ben Sindley and Garrison Greer, Carter Culpepper in there as well. So that's going to back him up 4th down. Now, when Newport can get the ball out, he can be dangerous, but the struggle this year has been the offensive line. So Newport back to punt. They'll get it off here. No problem. It's going to get a good Wildcats bounce. And it's going to hit at about the 25-yard line in their own territory. And so Conway Christian takes over on offense, 1st and 10 from the 25. 7-0 our score right now. The Eagles hold a one-score advantage. So it's going to be Thomas at quarterback again, DeMarcus and McKinney in the backfield. Handoff. DeMarcus has space. DeMarcus makes a man miss, and now DeMarcus on the carry. He's going to have a lot of room here, and he's just going to take it home for the touchdown. That's Conway Christian's second touchdown of the game, first from Brady DeMarcus. Had plenty of open green grass there, and he was en route to the end zone quicker than a jet plane there. And so now Loper will kick the extra point here. And that extra point is good. Colton's getting better every week at the kicking game here. And, of course, recovering from that injury. He's excited to be back out there this season. Too easy for the Eagles so far. They take a 14-0 lead over the Wildcats in the first quarter. 6:22 remains in this game. So Loper will kick it away here. We'll see what he decides to do after that squib kick on the last one. Going to kick it away. And Manrique doesn't quite pick it up there. And now he's going to return it. Manrique going to be dropped there by Bo Campbell. And now the Wildcats take over on offense, 1st and 10 from about the 30. Going to be officially at the 29-yard line. Now the Wildcats have thrown a pick and had to punt, so not too sharp on offense. We'll see if they can change that here. They seem to be a team that once they settle into the game, they can be really explosive, so we'll see how they do. It's going to be a handoff to Darter. Sinley right there, and this time it's going to be a gain of about 2 or 3 yards before he's finally forced out by Brady Johnson. Newport going to take the snap. He's going to look to throw quickly here, and that pass is complete. No, it's incomplete. He was wide open. That was Hayden Millsap out in the flat. I think everybody here in the stands thought that he was going to catch that one, but just a tough break. Newport is going to throw, and it's batted down. Garrison Greer. Garrison Greer having maybe his best game of the season so far, and now the Wildcats will punt once again. So Newport now will punt it away here. Nobody back deep for Conway Christian. And they're just going to let it roll here. Got the window in the way here, but see if I can move the camera just a bit. Get the window out of the way. That's going to be the best we can do for the moment. But Eagles pinned back deep. And see if we can maybe zoom in a little bit and get a better angle. Not too tight of a space here, but that window is definitely not helping. And there we go. That's a little bit better. So Thomas in the offense. Going to come out here. 1st and 10. Going to be a handoff. Lovelace up the middle, and Lovelace breaking tackles all the way for a gain of about 11 yards. Brandon Graham makes the stop for the Hector Wildcats, the senior. And it's going to be a keeper here for Thomas. Thomas has some space, and he's going to gain about 10 yards here. They're going to move the chains once again. Thomas, it's going to be a give up the middle, and that looks like McKinney on the carry. And so no gain there. Brings up, well, maybe a gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd down and 9. Hunter Burns makes the stop for the Hector Wildcats. About 5 minutes remaining in the first quarter here. Eagles force the 14-0 lead. They forced 3 Hector stops, 1 pick, 2 punts. Eagles have 2 rushing touchdowns, 1 from Lovelace, 1 from DeMarcus. It's going to be another handoff to McKinney here, and he is going to be stopped in his tracks. Short gain brings up 3rd and about 6 or 7. Third down. It's going to be a pass. Thomas. He's going to keep it, and he's going to hit the outside. Gain of about 3. Nope, less than that on the carry. I'd be lucky to gain any yardage there. Going to bring up 4th down, Conway Christian. They're actually going to say he lost a few yards on that carry. And so it'll be 4th and about 9 for the Eagles offense. We'll see what coach decides to do here. And timeout. Conway Christian. They're first. So, blowout so far. Hector Wildcats looking to change that down 2 scores. And going to be interesting to see what Coach Kramer does here for the Eagles offense. You're in a tough spot here. Ball on about the, looks like 37-yard line, maybe 36. You know, if you punt here, you might be put in a spot where Hector's pinned deep, but if you feel like you can go for it, may as well do it. They've had a lot of success. And of course, seems like football is a whole new game now. A lot more coaches going for it on 4th down situations like this, especially with how explosive the Eagle offense has been tonight. We wonder what the strategy is going to be here for Coach Kramer. Been able to run the ball really well. Had a nice pass. A couple of nice passes. One to Meeks that gained a 1st down, and one to Kane that put him inside the 5-yard line, about the 2 earlier on a drive. And it looks like they're going to go here. And they are going to go. It's going to be a pass. Thomas escapes. Thomas exploding. And he's got it. 1st and 10 in Hector territory to about the 40-yard line. Just a quarterback keeper there by Thomas. And he's got enough. Had to make a quick decision there, and he did. 1st down and 10. And so the Hector Wildcats cannot quite make a stand there. And now it's going to be 1st and 10 Eagles. And Thomas going to take the snap. Going to be a handoff. DeMarcus up the middle. And he's going to gain about 3 or 4 yards on that carry. So not anywhere near as explosive as the previous carry. And so it's going to be a gun backfield here. Lovelace and DeMarcus in the backfield. Thomas is going to throw. Pass is caught. That's Deegan Meeks. He's got some space, and Deegan Meeks is going to run all the way down inside the 10 to about the 5. Eagles offense looking as explosive as ever in this one. Some good passes so far. Thomas looks much sharper than he did at the beginning of the season, throwing the ball. Such a dual threat. Going to be a handoff here. DeMarcus. He's going to have about a yard on that carry, and it's going to bring up 2nd down and goal. Eagles offense looking to punch it in the end zone here and go up 3 scores. And we'll see if Hector can make a stand. Thomas surveying the field. Pre-snap. It's going to be a handoff. Lovelace. He is stuffed. So after a gain of maybe 2, it's going to be 3rd down. Well, maybe no gain on the carry. It looks like he just got stopped after not much there. And now Lovelace will check out. McKinney will check in. So it's the big back McKinney and the quick back DeMarcus in the backfield. Of course, Lovelace out at the moment. And now Thomas is going to look to throw. He's going to escape. No, he's not. He's going to be brought down by Landon Darter. And the Eagles forced into a field goal situation here. So Loper looking to drill this one here. Zoom out real quick so we can get the angle. Kick is up. And it's good. Eagles go up 17-0 here. But Hector looked better on that drive, so we'll see how the rest of the game unfolds. At the moment, Conway Christian ahead 17-0. Fun fact for anybody interested in the Wampus Cats, both Conway teams are undefeated. Can't remember the last time that was. I mean, Conway Christian hasn't been undefeated in week 9, I don't think ever. This is history for both programs. Both programs looking to make some runs to Little Rock this season. So Loper will kick it off here. Back deep to return Lucas Baker for the Wildcats. So he will kick it deep. This one's going to be fielded by Baker. He's got a little space, but he's going to be dropped by Keithley after a short return. And that one's going to get about to the 22-yard line where Hector will take over 1st and 10. So Newport and the Wildcats looking to build a lead here, go down and get their first points on the board. Going to be Newport. He's going to throw. Pass is caught. That's Kenton Story. And that quick pass gains about 7 or 8 yards. Still in the first quarter here, but time winding down. It looks like Hector's just going to hold on to it here. So that'll do it for the end of the first quarter. Score Conway Christian 17, Hector 0. Into the first quarter here. Dirks 6, Mineral Springs 0. Newport going to keep it up the middle, and he's going to have the first down. Ben Sinley makes the stop for the Eagles. So it's going to be Newport going to take the snap. Pass is complete to Lucas Baker. DeMarcus makes the stop for Conway Christian. Going to bring up 2nd down and about 5. Newport, he's going to keep it up the middle before Colton Loper brings him down. Brings up 3rd down and about 2. Newport to take the snap. It's going to be a quick pass out to Darter. And that pass is incomplete. Brings up 4th down Wildcats. In and out of the hands of Landon Darter. The senior back. And So now decision time for the Wildcats. It looks like they're just going to punt here. Held the Eagles to 3 last time defensively. But Newport back to punt. Nobody back deep for Conway Christian. They're going to send everybody. Loper almost got to it. And this one's going to get a good Hector bounce, and it's going to be down at about the 15. And so should be a good rest of the game here. As Jaron Thomas and the Eagles come out and look to score once again. It's going to be a handoff. Lovelace has space. Lovelace breaking into the open field. And he's going to have a nice carry there for the Conway Christian Eagles. Out to about the 40-yard line. Well, closer to the 45, really. Gain of 30. Maybe just shy of that, so gain of about 29. Nonetheless, first down and 10. A good spot here for Conway Christian. Thomas going to head it off to McKinney. McKinney has some space, and he's going to gain about 7 yards, brings up second down and 3. Nice carry there by the junior McKinney. It's a keeper, Thomas. He's going to bounce it, and he's going to hit the outside. And they're going to say first and 10 Eagles on that Jaron Thomas carry. He is quicker than fast when he hits the outside, and did just that there. Motion by Keithley. It's going to be a handoff here to Aaron Lovelace. Gain of about 3 on the carry. It's going to bring up second down. Hector Wildcats fans really getting into it here. Eagles will break the huddle. Going to be a snap. Thomas is going to roll out. He's going to step out of bounds here. Nobody open downfield. So a nice defensive stop by the Wildcats brings up second down. Excuse me, third down. Third down from about the 47-yard line here. Thomas had time there. The receiver's just not getting open. Going to take the snap. Going to look to throw. He's got a man open. It's Deegan Meeks, and he makes the grab, and he is going to be marked short of the goal line. It's going to be a huge gain there, 46 yards. They mark him down at the 1. That's about as close as you can get. A huge gain on that catch and run by Deegan Meeks. He's having a good night tonight. See if we can get a little bit of a closer angle here. And play blown dead. Delay of game called against Conway Christian. That'll back him up 5 yards. Brings up first down and even longer here, probably about 6. It's hard to tell from this angle where they're marking the ball, but not in a very high spot for this game. Thomas going to take the snap. He's going to pitch it out to DeMarcus, and he walks in. Touchdown, Conway Christian Eagles, Brady DeMarcus. Eagles take a 23-point lead here. So DeMarcus runs in for his second touchdown of the evening. And now Loper will be on to kick the extra point. Loper's kick. No good. So the Eagles hold a 23-0 lead here.
Also, the benefit for Henderson, tonight is your last night to get tickets, so $5 each or 5 for 20 to draw on Northern Hill this evening. So we have a men's basket, and several gift cards. To go in and support EJ Henderson.
So now looks like it's going to be Loper again on the kickoff. And back to return. Going to be Lucas Baker. End of the first quarter, Carlisle 14, England 8. And that kick is away. And Baker just going to let it roll into the end zone for a touchback. Excuse me, kick went out of bounds. And so the Wildcats will take over at the 35. Going to be Newport taking the snap. It's going to be a screen play that is intercepted. Caleb McKinney with the interception. And the Eagles take back over on offense, 1st and 10 in Hector territory. So more of the same so far. Eagles pick off a Hector pass here. A dominant showing so far for Conway Christian. Thomas looks, he's going to try to escape pressure here. Going to throw it to DeMarcus. Incomplete. A lot of stuff going on that play. And it's like maybe the pass was broken up by Hunter Burns for Hector. Timeout, Conway Christian. So on second down here, Eagles looking to make something happen. Thomas in the backfield with DeMarcus and Lovelace as Keithley will motion across. And it's going to be a handoff to DeMarcus up the middle, and DeMarcus first down carry. Thomas takes the snap. He's under pressure quickly here. He's going to roll out and sacked in the backfield. Charlie Albee. Brings up third down. Thomas, okay, hand it off to Lovelace up the middle here. Short gain on the carry of 2 or 3. Brings up third down. So the Eagles looking to make something happen here. Thomas is going to throw it. Long pass is incomplete. He was looking for Stone, and it was broken up by number 10, Dawson Hull, the sophomore for the Wildcats. Fourth down now. That was a good throw from Jaron, just better defensive play from Hull for the Wildcats. Fourth down here, fourth down and about 10. Wildcats faithful getting on their feet. And timeout. Hector Wildcats. All right, so set and ready to get things back going again here. Going to be Thomas in the backfield with DeMarcus and Lovelace. He's going to take the snap. It's going to be a pass, of course. He's going to roll out, and looks like he's going to keep it himself and makes a man miss. Jaron Thomas has a first down. So the Eagles convert on fourth down once again on the scramble from Thomas. So now Thomas in the backfield, 2 backs again. Lovelace and DeMarcus, the 2 seniors. It's going to be a handoff to DeMarcus, able to break 1 tackle, but not much after that. Gain of about 4. Brings up second down, Wildcats. Cole Hoffman makes the stop, the senior for Hector. Gonna be a handoff to Lovelace. Lovelace has space off the edge. He's gonna walk in. Touchdown. Aaron Lovelace. And it seems like another blowout might be brewing here. Eagles have won their last 2 games by at least 57. If you go back to the last 3 games, it's by at least 40. Loper will kick the extra point try here. And it's up. And it's good. So 30-0 our score here in Hector. As Lovelace punched it in for the score. So it seems that Bigelow and Conway Christian, if all stands here, will match up next week in the conference championship game, both being undefeated in conference. And so Loper is going to kick it off here to the Wildcats once again. And it's going to be Brewer Story here, who's just going to fall on it. He's going to bring up 1st and 10 Wildcats from about the 27-yard line. Excuse me, the 23. 23-yard line is our spot here. Five minutes, 1 second left here in the second quarter. Newport back to throw. He's going to get that one to Braxton Knowles, and he's going to be brought down. A nice game there for the Wildcats. So now Newport and company set up with a better spot here. Going to be Newport looking to throw. It's going to be incomplete. I was looking for Caden Manrique there. Newport takes the snap. He's under pressure. Now he's going to roll out. And still under pressure here. Going to be taken down by a group of Eagles here. Garrison Greer, Bo Campbell, Ben Sinley all in on that one. Motion by Baker. And then it's going to be Newport. They're going to call that one incomplete. Say it hit the ground before Manrique picked it up. So that's going to bring up 4th down and very long. And if you're Hector, it seems like they're just going to, nope, they're going to punt it once again. Maybe looking just to regroup in the second half here. And it's going to be Newport who's going to punt it away. And it's going to be downed by Lucas Baker. And so the Conway Christian Eagles will take over at the 25. And it's going to be Thomas in the backfield, DeMarcus and Lovelace next to him. It's going to be a keeper by Thomas. Thomas has space. Thomas is going to hit the inside. And Thomas, nothing but green grass. There he goes. Touchdown. Turns on the Jets. And the Eagles score again. 36-0. Going to be a kick from Loper. That's good. So 37-0 our score here. And it's going to be an onside kick. Didn't go 10 yards, so Hector will take over 1st and 10 at the spot. Newport going to hand it off to Darter. And Darter blown up in the backfield by Campbell and Loper. A whole host of Eagles eventually converges.
There's supposed to be a free kick.
So unsportsmanlike conduct called against Conway Christian, and that's going to bring up a 1st and 10 Hector. And so another unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, and that'll move Hector up 15 more.
That was two unsportsmanlike conduct penalties and Conway 15.
Newport. He's going to escape here before he's brought down by Loper. Gain of about 2 on that keeper, brings up second down. And now not sure exactly what happened here. Maybe Newport going to come out with an injury. He's just got a little bit of a limp there. So now it's Kitten Story in the backfield with Landon Darter. It's going to be a handoff to Lucas Baker, and he's going to get a few here. Loper makes the stop for Conway Christian. Going to bring up third down and about 7 here. Handoff to Darter is stopped by Garrison Greer. Newport's back in the game. He's going to take the snap. He's going to throw. Pass is intercepted by Deegan Meeks. Meeks has some space. Meeks hits the sideline. Deegan Meeks is going to step out of bounds here. And so Meeks intercepts Newport's pass in the end zone. And so the Eagles will take over on offense at the 46-yard line, 1st and 10. Thomas is going to hand it off to Marcus. He's going to push. And he's got a nice gain. 1st and 10.
24, Millsap.
Number 24, Hayden Millsap makes the stop for Hector. Thomas, handoff, Lovelace. He's going to cut back. Lovelace has some space, and he's got it. Touchdown, Eagles, Aaron Lovelace. And so far, the Eagles just overwhelming the Hector Wildcats. 43-0 our score now. Extra point attempt incoming from Loper. And that kick, no good. And so it'll be 43-0 Eagles. Halftime, the score Dirks 12, Mineral Springs 0 in that game. Kick is deep. And the Wildcats just going to let that one roll into the end zone for a touchback. Time on the clock, 1:32 in the first half. And now an injury timeout for the Wildcats. Wildcats faithful still encouraging their home team here. And Darter comes out for the Wildcats. And so now Newport back in that same formation they've been in all games. Going to be a handoff to Caden Manrique, and Manrique is swarmed by a whole host of Eagles. Colton Loper, the first one there before the others converge. And it's going to bring up 2nd down and about 12. Loss of 2 on the carry. Manrique is going to be a pretty good player for them. He's only a sophomore. He's got great speed. This Wildcats team might be pretty dangerous next year with Newport at quarterback. Manrique at receiver. Gonna have to find a running game, though. Newport gonna try to pass here, but he's gonna roll out. And that one, they're gonna rule a catch. And that's gonna be third down and about 4 or 5, maybe 6. Let's see where they spot it officially here. It looks like it's gonna be closest to about 4 here on the 4th down. And it looks like Hector might just try to hold off on this one. And timeout Wildcats. They're going to call everybody back here with a second left on the clock. Timeout Hector. With a second left on the clock, I believe, is why they're holding everybody back here. We'll see if Hector just decides to kneel it out. So they're going to actually, it looks like they're going to line up. No, they're going to line up in that victory formation, I guess, that they have. They had a man deep looking like he was going to punt, but then they're just going to turn over on downs here, close out the half. So it's halftime now here in Hector. Score Conway Christian 43, Hector 0. So the mercy rule will be in effect in the second half as it has been the past 3 weeks. And it's going to be short second half here. We'll be back to start the second half. All right, we're getting set to kick off the second half here at Hector between the Eagles and the Wildcats. Should be a fun matchup here in the second half. Eagles ahead 43-0. Should be a short matchup as well. We will probably see the second string for one, if not both teams. Maybe see some of these freshmen who moved up getting some game action as the Wildcats will kick off here. That's number 34, David McCarver, who will kick it off for the Wildcats, the senior number 34. And, of course, the mercy rule will be in effect here at Hector for the entirety of the half. So the Eagles will receive the kickoff.
Looking for your Wildcats, number 34, David Harvey.
McCarver's kick is deep. It's going to be taken by Lovelace. And he has a small seam. He'll get to about the 42 or the 43 before he's stopped. And we will see a couple of these freshmen. Kendall Willis heads out there, and a couple of others as well. Of course, we don't have the freshmen on the roster. I just tell. I mean, some of them, you just tell they're a little bit smaller than some of these bigger senior high guys. But it's good that they're going to get some action here. So Sinley is going to be in the backfield. It's going to be a Wildcat formation. I take the snap. Up ahead. And the short gain there brings up second down, Conway Christian. Ben Sinley gains about 2. And they're going to move up the chains, the marker a little bit, so looks like it's going to be closer to a gain of 3 at this point. Gavin Deal out there as well. Good to see him out on the field getting some playing time in this spot. Really, really works hard on kick return and kickoff duties. Max Dickinson, Harrison Ward out there as well. Of course, some of these other guys, freshmen, who I don't know the name and number for. Number 83 out there, and number 14 out there for Conway Christian as well. It's going to be Sinley on the keeper. He's got a nice hole there. And so, big play there for Ben Sinley. Nice carry. He's going to bring up. Well, it looks like ball will be placed about the 35, 36-yard line. Sinley takes the snap up the middle, and he's going to be stopped by a whole host of Wildcats, including number 30, Hayden Harrison, and number 62. Flip up, and it's going to be Forrest Chronister, the sophomore, who gets in there for the stop, along with Hayden Harrison. Sinley on the Wildcat again. He's going to take the snap, and he's going to bounce it inside. Short gain there will bring up third down. Last night, the junior high Eagles defeated Hector Wildcats at home by a score of 12-0.
Did they get service on?
And Sinley fumbles, and he's going to pick it up. And he's going to be wrestled down by quite a few Wildcats. And it's going to bring up 4th down. And now Stone will come in at quarterback and replace Sinley. And it looks like the Eagles will punt here. Stone back deep. And the deep snap. And going to roll. And a good bounce is down by Harrison Ward at the 1-yard line. Great punt there by Stone. And the Wildcats will have to go the length of the field, 99 yards, to score. Correction, I guess they're going to count that as a touchback and put the ball at the 20. And the ball's on the ground, and Harrison Ward was in there again. It's recovered by Caden Manrique for the Wildcats. Newport still back there at quarterback. Out there at receiver, Story, Hamilton, and Hall. And it's going to be a handoff up the middle. Manrique, he's going to be stopped by Lucas Corbin. Harrison Ward in there as well. Motion by Story. It's going to be a handoff and stopped by Harrison Ward in the backfield. Punt from Newport. Gonna take a Eagles bounce. And adjust the camera here. Make it more stable. And Eagles will take over on offense 1st and 10 in Hector territory at about the 37-yard line, officially the 38. It is going to be Sinley in that Wildcat formation again. Eagles taking their time here, letting the time come off the clock. And Sinley is going to pick it up on the bobbled snap, and he's going to bounce it outside, and he's going to have a nice 1st down carry there. And now a Wildcat is down for Hector. That's number 53, Anderson Boley, the sophomore. Clock stopped at 3:59 here in the 3rd for the injury timeout. Hope everything is okay for Mr. Boley. He's going to walk off the field on his own power, so that's always a good sign, and hope he can go sometime again in this game. Hope he's healthy and everything like that. But we're going to get back to action here. And Sinley will line up in the Wildcat. Over there on the left hash. He's going to take the snap. And up the middle. It's Sinley again. Sinley takes the snap up the middle. Short gain, if any, on the carry. Gain of maybe 2 yards. Stopped by David McCarver for the Wildcats. Brings up third down. Sinley takes the snap. And he's going to bounce it a little before Hunter Burns finally takes him down. And so a nice play defensively for the Wildcats. And it's going to bring up fourth down. Loss of yardage on the play. We approach, well, I thought it was 2 minutes, but looks like it's a little bit less than that. About 1:45 remaining here in the third quarter. Looks like Sinley is just going to line up in that Wildcat formation once again. Sinley up the middle, and he's going to keep pushing. They're going to say he's short of the line to gain. Got close there. Gain of about 7 on the carry. Wildcats forced the turnover on downs. It's going to be Kenton Story in the backfield with Caden Manrique. Story is going to hand it off to Manrique up the middle, and Manrique makes a man miss, spins. And he's going to be dropped after a first down, gain of about 11 yards on the carry for Caden Manrique. Apologize, I forgot to adjust the camera there. Got a little bit ahead of me. And that's going to do it for the end of the third quarter. The score, Conway Christian 43, Hector 0. Wildcats have the ball at about the 25 or 26-yard line. It's going to be Hall who's going to head it off to Story. Brewer Story off the edge, and he's going to be dropped by a whole host of Eagles. It's going to bring up second down. McKinney is who they chalk it up to with the stop. Going to be a handoff here to Manrique, and Manrique has a solid gain here, about 8 yards. Going to bring up third down. Going to be a handoff. Manrique up the middle, and he's stopped. Landon Lowry gets in there. And they're going to actually give him the first down. Story's going to hand it off to Manrique off the edge. And Manrique is going to be stopped. Story going to take the snap, going to hand it off to Manrique. And he's going to slip. And they're going to call it third down. Third down and 1. It's going to be a Story in the backfield with Knowles and Manrique. He's going to head it off, of course, to Manrique, and he's going to be stopped. Tackled there by number 17 for Conway Christian. Story, he's going to hand it off to Manrique, and Manrique makes a man miss. Going to be a gain of about 4 or 5.
Gotta have some fun.
Motion by Hall. It's going to be a handoff. Dawson Hall. And the ball's out. And it looks like Conway Christian might have recovered. And they do. And so the Eagles defense makes another stop.
So, ladies, check for your cell phone.
Offense comes back out for Conway Christian. Probably just going to see more Ben Sinley in the Wildcat. So it is Sinley in the Wildcat. He's going to take the snap here. And he's going to gain a couple out to about the 44-yard line. Excuse me, the 46. Number 63, Blake Brown makes the stop for the Hector Wildcats. Brown is a sophomore. They got a couple sophomores on this roster. And Sinley on the keeper is going to be stopped after a gain of just a yard or so there. Blake Brown makes the stop again for the Wildcats. And it's going to be third down. Sinley takes the snap up the middle, and he's got some space. Ben Sinley makes a man miss. Nice juke move by Sinley. And now Sinley's got some space on the outside. Ben Sinley, he's just going to slide down here.
Once again, cell phone, so go to the press box. Cell phone to the press box.
Delay of game penalty called on the Eagles here. Sinley just going to kneel it down here.
Wildcats will travel to Patterson next Friday night, take on the Rattlers.
And Sinley takes another kneel down here.
Also, Wildcat fans, tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, here at Linton Stadium, your Pee Wee Wildcats will be hosting the championship game. They'll take on the Lamar Warriors, so please come out and support your Pee Wee football players.
Another kneel down here for Sinley. And now going to be 4th down. And I think that's going to be it here between the Wildcats and the Eagles. They're going to send an offense out here, but there's 15 seconds and ticking on the clock, 20 on the play clock. I doubt that Hector's going to run a play here, but they did send out the offense. And we will see here what they decide to do, and they're just going to hold it. Ball game. 43-0 final here from Hector. So that's going to do it for our live stream this week. We'll be back next week for the conference championship game between the Bigelow Panthers and the home team, Conway Christian Eagles. Big victory this week, 43-0. Mercy Rule victory by the Eagles over the Wildcats. We'll be back next week right here, same spot, for Bigelow versus Conway Christian for the conference championship game. If you can make it out, go ahead and do that. Come out to the stadium and cheer on the Eagles. But if you can't, we'll have it for you